12 matches. This will prove to be an interesting one, to say the least.
It's MegaMets Podcast, episode 130, AEW WrestleDream 2025 from the Chaffetz Arena in St. Louis.
Yes, indeed. Another day, another job. This will be fun. So, what's up first on our agenda? We have 12 matches here, and it's going to be happening tomorrow. Wow, we really are in a rush for time.
We'll start from the bottom and go right to left.
That's better, just like you're reading a manga.
Yeah.
Anyway, who's going to go first on this? Because I may as well just start this off.
Didn't you go first last time?
Yeah. So you first this time.
Okay. We kick it off with the Saturday Tailgate Brawl matches. First up, the Conglomeration, Tomohiro Ishii, Kyle Rodney, and Orange Cassidy team with Roderick Strong to take on the Death Riders, Danny Garcia, Pac, Wheeler Yuta, and Claudio Castagnoli.
Cesaro. I always keep saying Cesaro.
Let's be blunt. Win, lose, or draw, the Conglomeration need to deal as much fucking collateral damage to the Death Riders for one reason, to eliminate them from the fucking equation in the I Quit match.
Well, that would be a good plan, all things considered. Let's just hope they don't F it up. So I am picking my vote on the Conglomeration.
I'm not saying to do it. I'm taking Death Riders.
More power to you. The Conglomeration needs to inflict more damage so that they don't screw things up in the I Quit match. And now, next up, another one in the Saturday Tailgate Brawl. Seriously, there are four pre-show matches in the Tailgate Brawl. Not that I have a bad thing, of course. But anyway, we have Eddie Kingston and Hook in action.
Who are they facing in tag action? I don't know, but whoever it is, they're going to be can fodder. Kingston and Hook.
Yeah, there are going to be cannon fodder indeed. So I got like a vote of no confidence on that. My vote's going to be on the other team, whoever they are.
I'm taking Kingston and Hook.
That's pretty fair.
Next up, FTR take on JetSpeed. Cash and Dax against the Jet Kevin Knight and Speedball Mike Bailey. I'm actually surprised that the latter team's not going to be in the Super Junior Tag League. I mean, I can understand.
Well.
I can understand Knight not teaming with Kushida to reform the Intergalactic Jet Setters. Spoilers: Kushida's teaming with Dragon Gate's Yuki Yoshioka.
Yeah. I have to agree with you on this.
And when we talk about the tournament this coming Wednesday, there are going to be a lot of first-time teams and some confusing setups.
Uh-huh.
Actually, with the exception of TMDK, every team is a first-time combination. And the Skateboard Bros, Ryusuke Taguchi, and Dragon Dia, every team in this year's Super Junior Tag League is a first-time combo.
Yeah, you're kind of right.
Having said that, if I had to pick a team to win, I'm going to go FTR.
I'm picking JetSpeed for this.
More on you.
Yeah. Next up, we have ourselves another tag match. Penelope Ford and Megan Bayne, I believe.
Yeah, Bayne.
Megan Bayne versus Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron. And Harley must most likely have it like some sort of protective mask. She must have suffered an injury, no doubt.
It's either an orbital bone shatter or her nose got busted at some point heading into
I'd
that.
say it would probably be the latter, nose getting busted, because...
Yeah, you can get those masks also for orbital bone.
Yeah, so my guess it has to be a bone injury.
But, that said, Harley's looking for vengeance. And if she's going to get it, she might as well get it with Willow. I'm giving it to Willow and Harley.
I'm also going to give it to Willow and Harley. At least get her for some justice, at least.
That's for sure.
Now with the pre-show out of the way, now we get to the good stuff.
Main card proper, we kick it off with a Texas Tornado Trios match. The Demand, Ricochet and the Gates of Agony versus the Hurt Syndicate.
This will be an interesting one.
And to make it Even more interesting, it's Texas Tornado rules. Throw most of the rule book out the window. No disqualifications, no countouts, and no tags required.
Mm-hmm.
The demand got the leg up at All Out. I think it's time to even things up. I'm giving it to the Hurt Syndicate.
I'm probably going to give it to them as well. Now, we move on to the next match. Thekla versus Jamie Hayter.
Thekla is a monster, and Hayter has only just recently come back, despite the fact that I think her husband, Jake Hayter... let me see if... Is she married to Jake Hayter?
I agree.
No, she's not. Let me check her personal life. No, she's not.
Oh, dear.
False alarm, folks.
These things happen.
Anyway, Hayter's got to keep her attention focused on Thekla, but not to the level of television where Triangle of Terror can get involved. Having said that, I'm going to give this to Hayter.
I'll probably also give it a Hayter.
Next up, for the AEW World Tag Titles, the champions, Brody King and Bandido, BroDido, take on the team that I call Alpha Reign. AEW Unified Champion Kazuchika Okada. They did this.
Mm-hmm.
And new IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, Konoske Takeshita.
Damn.
Why would New Japan once again fuck the pooch by allowing a part-time talent with the IWGP World Heavyweight title? I thought we were getting away from this year.
Afraid not.
But alas, no. Now, the storyline with this is that basically, for one reason or another, the whole mentality how there can't be two alphas in the pack to lead the Don Callis family. You get the...
Yeah.
And Okada has been going out of his way to undermine, subvert, and sabotage Takeshita, including cutting him off on his birthday wish after he won the world title to Don Callis. Essentially, Okada's ego is getting the better of him. I mean, sure, with someone like Nakamura in his early days with Chaos, he was willing to be the co-leader, the Kyohai to Nakamura's senpai. Until Nakamura left New Japan in 2016 for the WWE, where he's been poorly used.
God damn.
But here in AEW, given that he's about a decade older than Takeshita, he should be the one running things, despite the fact Takeshita's been part of the group for about a year longer than Okada. But Okada doesn't care. He still views Takeshita as that punk brat from DDT that he met a decade earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Having said that, will Okada's ego get in the way of this to where he could cast Takeshita as a scapegoat and eventually lead to an ouster? I could see that, but I'm not sure if it's going to happen here. If they do lose, it's slow burn, and at worst, we have to wait till World's End for Takeshita to get kicked out. At best, it's happening at Full Gear. Having said that, I am taking BroDido to retain.
I'm probably also going to do the same as well. It's time for Takeshita and his partner to get put down a few pegs.
True.
And now this one's an interesting one. The $500,000 match. The Young Bucks versus Jurassic Express.
I never thought I'd live to see the Jurassic Express together again. Jungle Jack Perry and Luchasaurus. When Jack left the company last year, he was viewed as a jackass villain, a horrible scapegoat. When his contract ran out,
got thrown under the bus.
When his contract ran out, no one wanted him. So he took matters into his own hands this year. This year, he's trying to make amends for all the shit he pulled since 2023. which led to the scapegoat moniker. Does he have good intentions? Yes, but are they going to be enough to get up against his former buddies, the former EVPs, who have been pretty desperate the last couple of months since losing their spots at All In?
Yeah.
I'm going to give this to Jurassic Express.
I'm also going to give it to them. At least they deserve at least a victory now they're together again.
True.
And yeah, your turn now.
For the TNT Championship, round 5, it's 2-2. Kyle Fletcher defending the Protostar. Kyle Fletcher defending against Sussex County Chicken, Mark Briscoe. I'm going to be blunt. Even if Mark wins this title, it makes his Ring of Honor World title run that he had last year look like a stepping stone. The problem here is Mark's pushing 40 at this point. It's going to be tough for him to even get this title. And even if he does, have a hard time defending it. Kyle has held the title for a good bit since July, August-ish, when he got it off Dustin. But it's not Chicken's time to win this title. I'm going to let Kyle retain it.
I'll probably agree. Now we move on to the AEW Women's World Championship. The champion, Chris Statlander, faces off against timeless Toni Storm.
It's just too soon to take the belt off Statlander and put it back on Toni, if you ask me.
I have to agree. I'm just going to be blunt and have, I believe, Chris retain.
Same here. For the AEW World Heavyweight Championship, the challenger, 1/3 of the Trios champs, representing the Ops, Samoa Joe, the champion, Hangman Page.
Indeed.
As much as I would want to hear the chants of Joe's going to kill you, lead Joe to victory, let's be honest, this ain't happening. They want to build Page up as the pure babyface again. Babyface fighting babyface champ again until at some point when MJF wants to legitimately cash in that title shot he's got. When that happens, don't know, don't care. But it will not be tomorrow night in St. Louis.
Mm-hmm.
Look for some more cowboy shit. Hangman retains.
I agree. Hangman will retain. At last, but certainly not least, the main event. An I Quit match. Darby Allin versus Jon Moxley.
It would be appropriate that on the 1-year anniversary of the legit birth and rise of the Death Riders, tomorrow night they finally fucking die. But first, you need to keep the rest out of the equation. And then, Darby, do me a favor, my man. Beat the living piss out of Sean. No, not piss, not blood. Dog shit out of Mox until he is beaten to the point of death. Where the last fucking words to come out of his damn mouth are, I fucking quit!
Yeah.
Because that's what the AEW fans have been crying for a year. The death of the fucking Death Riders. The death of Jon Moxley.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it. Darby thinks the fight fire with fire, toxic masculinity versus toxic masculinity setup. But where Moxley is just the militant bully type of toxic masculinity, Darby is going down the grade A Joker psychopath form of toxic masculinity.
Yep.
But which one is the lesser of two evils? Do you want a guy who's toxic because he's a militant thug, or a guy who's toxic because he's a grade A lunatic? I mean, we've seen Darby in the last few weeks whip out mace, a taser gun, And on a couple occasions, a flamethrower.
Uh-huh. I'm picking Darby. Moxley better say those 2 words.
They better give it to Darby, because with this whole Death Rider bullshit, enough is fucking enough.
Yep.
That's it for tonight's episode of the MegaMets. I'll be back on Sunday afternoon to call the Carolina Panthers taking on the New York Jets. I would have done the 4 o'clock game this week, which would be Washington against Dallas, but I've got a deadlock show to catch Sunday night.
Oh, my. I'll see. Hope you have fun.
Probably not going to, given that it's the resurgent Carolina Cardiacs dealing with a shit heap in the Jets that should be sent to the junkyard.
Giants are going to have it much worse. They got lucky by taking down the Eagles, but it ain't going to mean a damn thing in the future.
They're going to need an oxygen tank against the Broncos.
Yeah, against Denver. Freaking Denver.
Having said that, next time the MegaMets podcast will be on Wednesday night, where we cover the New Japan Pro Wrestling Best of Super Junior Tag League, which will begin Thursday, October 23rd, and wrap up November the 2nd in Gifu. The latter,
that means we're going to be going through match after match.
Yep, 12 teams in the blocks. 12 teams, 2 16 blocks.
One of us is going to have to take notes on who will predict what, so that way we can determine how it ends.
Yeah, because we really screwed the pooch with the N1.
Yes, we did. Our luck was not in our favor.
But then again, it wasn't our luck during the G1 this year either. Or the BOSJ, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's it for tonight's Mega Mets. Comment, like, share, and subscribe. He's Mega Man NG. I'm Mets2128. And for those wondering when I'll be back on my own, I'll be back for On the Diamond podcast Thursday to preview the World Series. And then I'll be calling for the next week plus. I'll be calling all the World Series if it gets to a 7th game. Goodbye. Good night. Bang.
Indeed. See you then.